Hey, welcome to another Retro Rocha with me, comedian Jerry Rocha. Well, I stand up next to a mountain. I host this show with the edge of my hand. Today, at the request of viewer Cuauhtemoc420, I'm gonna talk the NES game Strider. Strider. That's really the only way to say it, isn't it? I mean, I think you have to have the cadence of those dudes who would narrate those 80s action shows, no matter how ridiculous the premise. He's half assassin, half bottle of Dayquil. Strider. After he walked in on his wife banging all of his friends, he decided to teach piano to kindergartners, but he never forgot the ways of the samurai. Strider. I never played Strider as a kid. I always wanted to because I loved the way the hero Hiryu looked in all the ads in video game magazines, and I also loved watching the arcade game. I never played that one either because at my local putt-putt golfing games, the Strider cabinet was usually commandeered by a group of older kids that I was naturally a little afraid of. If I asked them if I could play, they'll beat me up because they have pubes. Of course, in hindsight, they all look like lamer versions of John Connor's friend in Terminator 2. I probably could have kicked their asses when I was 8. You miss all the shots you don't take. I loved the name Strider too. I think Strider is what they called the Aragorn dude from Lord of the Rings, but it's easy to lose track of because he had like 500 nicknames. Think his nicknames were Strider, Ellisaur, Shumpleplutz, Mr. Queeb, Bonkers, Doik the Clown Part 2, and Say It Don't Spray It. Today, Strider just sounds like a porn. The cover art looks like they took that guy from the Fitness Made Simple abs infomercials from back in the day, right? And then just stuck him in some sci-fi themed softcore porn. His pickup line has to be, take a ride with the Stride. Granted, the cover art for several Nintendo Entertainment System games all looked like they could have been part of some weird softcore porn. And God bless whatever actor had to do a scene with the original Mega Man. Look, doll-faced, none of that funky stuff today. My sciatica's killing me. Maybe that's why Little Samson is worth so much, because it's one of the few covers that just kind of shows you exactly what's happening in the game. There it is. It's cute, and it's fun. You're not going to watch Shannon Tweed get naked every 10 minutes. The opening for Strider explains what Striders are, and then goes on for like 45 minutes. This is one of the longest intros to any video game I've ever played. I should have just pressed start and skipped ahead, but I can't do that. I have to watch every video game intro, just like I have to take popcorn with me at any movie I see ever. Just like every time I'm on a plane, I have to tell the person on the window seat, close that goddamn window! It's for good luck. And like how when any of my friends have a birthday, I carve a voodoo doll of them, soak it in raccoon urine for 7 days, and then give it to them. Also for good luck, like they did in the old country. By the time the intro to Strider was over, I was like that old man at the end of Saving Private Ryan, just shaking, falling to my knees, looking at my family. Tell me I was a good man. What I learned the most from the intro is, as much as I love Hiryu, check out Sheena. Who wouldn't want to play as the machine gun lady? My favorite part from the intro was this. Look at this. You're an elite group of ninjas and you are taking orders from one of the Pet Shop Boys. And then he tells you that one of your own, Kane, was kidnapped by the enemy, and you have to go infiltrate the enemy base and kill Kane? Pet Shop Boy ain't here to play. While you're at it, someone has logged into Sheena's Netflix account that wasn't Sheena. Bring me both of her eyeballs to prove to me that she's dead. In a West End town, a dead-end world, the East End boys. I smelled a rat, so he wants Kane dead because the people who caught him now know his identity. But wouldn't rescuing Kane mean that you kill all the people who caught him? So therefore, them knowing his identity doesn't really matter, does it? Couldn't you just leave with Kane? Strider is a fantastic action, adventure, half an RPG video game. Hiryu levels up and gains new abilities as the game goes on, so when you have to backtrack, it's really not that big of a pain in the ass, because then you just get to take out these enemies with all the new things you've learned. You get to destroy these badass robot-looking dudes, and then these guys who just look like some stepdad who's really into paintball. Come on, this guy looks like if a paintball match went longer than 15 minutes, he's having a meltdown like Billy from Predator. He takes his machete, just cuts his chest open, staring off into nothing. I also don't think these bad guys have the best leader. Who's sending him down this tube 40 at a time? Any word? What's going on down there? Can you see what's happening? I can't. No news is good news. Keep sending more. The music? also fantastic, but it's Capcom. That should be expected. What should not be expected from a Capcom game is how horrific the jumping is. That's my one gripe with the game. The jumping is a nightmare. Sometimes Hiryu takes off like Dominique Wilkins. Sometimes same spot, same button, same jump, he's Bill Wennington. And the wall jumping mechanic. There is a 79-minute version of this clip of me just trying to wall jump twice. Thankfully, there's a password system in Strider, so once you get past the annoying jumping parts, you never have to do them again. And man, back in the NES days, a game that had a password system, oh, that was like having a parent who told you they loved you arbitrarily and meant it. Games like Rygar just threw you out there. No password. Too bad. You gotta finish this in one sitting. Those games are like having a drunk father who got removed from your second grade recital for screaming racial slurs. I never wanted a kid anyway. Especially not one that dresses up like some dumb fucking cheetah and can't even memorize her goddamn line. Had I played Strider when it first came out, I think it would have helped me later in life, you know, teaching me how to bounce early out of all those abusive relationships I was in for way too long. Instead, I just took it. All right, I'm getting called every name under the sun because I missed a green light while doing her a favor. Rygar. The minute I saw you're taking orders from one of the Pet Shop Boys, I was ready to dismiss the story of this game immediately, but it's really, really good. And spoiler alert, that rat that you smell right off the bat was 1,000% justified, because it turns out that Pet Shop Boy was the bad guy the whole time. Kane got way too close to the truth that Vice Director Maddox, come on, Pet Shop Boy, was actually trying to protect all these evil half-tree, half-machine things that serve as bosses for most levels. It's half-tree, half-machine, all hard-working stepfather to an orphan child. Strider. Pet Shop Boy was also working with a dude named Feces Clay. I mean, I want to say that. I probably facious, but come on, Feces Clay, right? And the rat bastards killed Sheena. Talk about Predator. This was a perfect, you set us up moment. How could you not love a game that makes you take the fight to a Pet Shop Boy? After you take him out, you fight the final half-tree, half-machine thing, and this scientist has the nuts to warn you, like you're scared. Yug Decimal's bending over, so Yug Decimal's getting. Strider ain't that hard to find, and it's not that expensive either, so if you can go find one, love it, cuddle with it, tell it everything's gonna be okay. Thank you for watching another Retro Rocha with me, comedian Jerry Rocha. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, click that little bell thing so you're notified every time a video comes out, spread the word, all that good shit. Is there a game you want to see me talk about? Email me, rocha@retrorocha.com. Oh yeah, if the game is old school, ring the bell, let's get class started. Oh, and another thing. More important than how you're treated is how you treat others. Ooh! West End girls.